So what is going on, guys? I am Black Ops Amazing. Welcome back to another video where today we are going to be taking a look at all of the official and unofficial maps we know that are coming to zombies so far, along with some other information as well. So as always, if you're going to enjoy today's video, you know what to do. Drop a like rating, make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest content on the channel. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, but let's get into it. Here we go and enjoy. So far, surprisingly, in Black Ops Cold War Zombies, we only have 2 maps confirmed. Really, I would only even say one because that is D Machine, the other being Dead Ops Arcade 3. So there is one main map, and if we compare that to what we got previously in Black Ops 4, at the very beginning, from launch, we had 3 main maps, which was 9, Blood of the Dead, and Voyage of Despair, and then we had Classified, which was a bonus map, which you could get on day 1, I think, meaning there was a total of 4 zombies maps from the get-go on BO4 Zombies. We go back to Black Ops 3, where we had The Giant. Yes, that was a bonus map, but you could get it on day 1, and then we also had Shadows of Evil, so there was 2 main zombies maps for BO3, and then BO2, of course, we just had Tranzit, and then BO1, that was Kino and 5. And then if you want to go even further back to the first ever zombies map we got, that was Nectar and Totem back in World at War. But for almost every Treyarch game before this, we've always had more than 1 zombies map at launch. BO4 we had 4, Black Ops 3 we had 2, BO2 we had 1, and then Black Ops 1 we had 2. And so far for Black Ops Cold War, we've got just 1 main zombies map. I'm not going to include Dead Ops Arcade 3. And considering this is a continuation / new chapter of the Ether story, we are on new consoles, it feels like it's going to be a different game and something refreshing. The fact that we only have 1 main zombies map is quite disappointing. Now obviously that's just what we've been told. Treyarch could be hiding something from us. There may very well be another main zombies map that we get on day 1 that we haven't been told about, although looking at the achievements for the game, that seems unlikely. However, through leaks we have seen there are a total of 6 zombies maps coming to the game, so what I want to do is go through each and every one. Anyway, like I said, on day 1, we are getting D Machine and Dead Ops Arcade 3, that is confirmed. We should also be getting Nectar and Totem, and even though this hasn't been officially confirmed, I think it's highly likely we will be getting this map on day 1. I don't see why we wouldn't, because Nectar and Totem is a part of the main map D Machine, so all they've really got to do is cut the Nectar and Totem building out of that map and just make it a map of its own. Would it really be Treyarch Zombies if it didn't include Nectar and Totem? It was the first zombies map we ever got. It would make sense for that map not to have achievements because of how small it is. It doesn't have an Easter egg. So I'm 99% sure Nectar and Totem will be a singular survival map on day 1 along with D Machine and Dead Ops Arcade 3. But then there are 3 other DLC maps that we'll be getting somewhere down the line of the Black Ops Cold War seasons. As to when these maps will be releasing, I don't know. In what order, I couldn't tell you, but the first Zombies DLC map is Firebase C. If you watch my videos, you probably would have heard about this already because it is in the coding for Black Ops Cold War under the name ZM_Pink. So there is evidence of it in the game. The map is based in Vietnam. If we go to the achievements for the Black Ops Cold War campaign, there is one called Scorched Earth, and reading the description it says, destroy all enemy vehicles and mortar teams while defending Firebase Ripcord. These achievements were leaked after we had the leak for Firebase C, so if we are going to a place called Firebase Ripcord in the campaign, and the whole story revolves around the Cold War, a lot of it taking place in Vietnam, having a zombies map in Vietnam in the first place, that would be at the top of my list in terms of guesses. But there is a place called Firebase Ripcord in the campaign that we have to defend, so maybe they are taking that location and turning it into a zombies map, as they have done a lot of the times in the past before. Most of our zombies maps in the olden days, World at War, Black Ops 1, those locations were taken from the campaign or multiplayer maps and turned into zombies maps. Even in the newer games, BO2, BO3, they take inspiration from campaign and multiplayer maps and turn them into zombies maps. Firebase Ripcord could be Firebase C. The whole point of the story this time around is, whereas before we had to go to a specific location based upon our characters and story, this time from what we've gathered so far, zombie outbreaks are happening in multiple different locations around the world, and so Team Requiem are being sent in by Weaver to pretty much end the zombie outbreak. So wherever these zombie outbreaks happen, which could be in any random location across the world, that's where we're going to. And that excites me because to me that was one of the downfalls of Black Ops 3, BO4, even before that BO2, you could say even BO1 as well, because the zombies maps had to make sense in terms of story. We couldn't just go to random locations which would be cool to play as. Let's say, I don't know, in the Egyptian pyramids or Atlantis, the zombies maps had to make sense for our characters. They would have to have a reason to go there, and a zombie outbreak happening in one of those locations before as a part of the Ether story wouldn't make sense because that wasn't the goal our Ultimus and Primus characters were trying to achieve. I think now we are on this next chapter, Treyarch can prioritise maps and gameplay over story, which could lead to a better experience. I think that's where Black Ops 4 really fell down. We had all of these remastered maps simply because that's what had to happen in order for them to end the storyline. That was a part of breaking the cycle, but now we can have some new stuff. That's my wish anyway. Of course, we still have Nakta and Toten, but we'll see. So yeah, that's the first zombies map, Firebase C. There were a lot of rumours that initially it was going to be a launch map, and then it was turned into DLC, so I'm thinking this could be DLC 1, the first zombies map we get. And by the way, all of this information is leaked by Nanikos over on Reddit, so I will link that down in the description. Now, the second DLC map takes place in Berlin. It is codenamed ZM_Platinum. That's all we know about it, but there's been a lot of rumours and people guessing that this map's going to be taking place around Kino der Toten. Kino was in Berlin. We've seen Samantha in Berlin in the intro cutscene. Just how Nakta and Toten is a part of D Machine, we can go underneath it in the bunkers and around it in the forest in the surrounding area. Well, ZM_Platinum could be the Kino der Toten facility, but we can go outside. If that is the case, I don't have a problem with it, although I would prefer to see new zombies maps and new locations. That's literally all of the information we have about that, so I can't really say any more on it. And then the third DLC zombies map is codenamed The Giant, which could be a remake of Derice. It could be the Derice facility, but we could also leave the facility and explore the surrounding areas. If you look at the buildings in Derice or The Giant, there seems to be a lot of spaces, areas, doorways that are closed off. If we do end up going back here, we can explore a lot more of the facility that we haven't been able to before. That's something I would like because I think Derice is a very interesting place. So that's what we know so far. We have D Machine and Dead Outside K3, which are confirmed, but then we also have 4 leaked zombies maps, Nakta and Toten, which I think we could be getting on day 1, and then 3 DLC maps, Firebase C, Berlin and Giant. But that doesn't add up compared to the amount of zombies maps we usually get as a part of a game. We get 4 DLC maps each game. That's what we got for BO4. That's what we got for BO3 and BO2. We usually get 4 zombies DLC maps. I've only named 3, so there is one there that is missing that we don't know of. And that's even if DLC is going to work the same this time around, because Black Ops Cold War is now following the same routine as Modern Warfare. We are working off seasons. If we go by that logic and we get a new zombies map every season, that should mean we get 6 DLC zombies maps, which means there are 3 that we don't know of. And then that's without even counting the new Onslaught mode, which if you don't know what that is, we can now play zombies in multiplayer maps. Yes, this is exclusive to the PlayStation at the moment, but let's say if we get Nuketown back as a multiplayer map, which I don't think is being confirmed or unconfirmed at the moment, you'd think it would return at some point, but in Onslaught, we could play zombies in Nuketown, which is essentially Nuketown zombies. And if we have 12 multiplayer maps or whatever, that kind of gives us 12 zombies maps. Yes, they're not really zombies maps, they're not main ones that have Easter eggs, but it's different maps to play zombies on. And I do just want to reiterate, those leaked maps of Berlin and Giant could be something totally new. They may be just code names and the maps are something we've never seen before. They don't include Kino or Derice or the Giant. So I just wanted to put that out there. And then the final thing I want to talk about is Zombies Chronicles 2. I've mentioned this over 100 times by now. We've been told before this game was even announced, during the Black Ops 4 cycle, that Zombies Chronicles 2 existed. We were told initially it was coming to Black Ops 4 but never did. The reason for that is probably because of how successful Black Ops 4 wasn't. But supposedly those 3 Victus maps, which are Tranzit, Dire Eyes and Buried, which are a part of Zombies Chronicles 2, could be coming to Black Ops Cold War. Right now, there's no evidence of them existing in the game, but if you think about it, it would make sense. At the end of Black Ops 4, Victus became trapped in the Dark Ether, and now in Black Ops Cold War, we have things beginning to leak out of the Dark Ether, infecting our new Zombies chapter. Victus, along with those maps of Tranzit, Dire Eyes and Buried, are trapped in the Dark Ether, so it would make sense for Treyarch to release a Dark Ether version of those maps. They could easily tie it into the story. Misty, Malton, Stuhlinger and Russman still exist. yes, in the Dark Ether, so they will be corrupted by it, but they're still there. We've heard Stuhlinger speaking from inside of the Dark Ether in the classified radio. Buried and Transit are supposed to be already made. I believe so is Die Rise. If the maps are completely finished and have been for a long time, I think Treyarch and Activision are just waiting for the perfect time to release them. And if Black Ops Cold War Zombies goes well, if it's successful, if people end up enjoying it, then somewhere along the lines of our seasons, I think Zombies Chronicles 2, maybe at the end, maybe even after the seasons are finished, we could be seeing Transit, Die Rise and Buried, the Dark Ether versions. And it fits into the story as well, so there we go. Those are all of the maps, some that are confirmed to be coming to Black Ops Cold War, and the rest are leaks and rumours. So there we go. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments section below. As always, hopefully you have enjoyed. If you have, you know what to do. Drop a like rating. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest videos on the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, we'll see you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.